Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so via the thumbnail in the bottom right corner, and if you've already subscribed, welcome back. This video focuses on the ESP32 right here, and a couple of episodes ago I started transferring all the parts from these three breadboards to this large breadboard, which actually also consists of two, but that is another thing. They are stuck together on this metal plate, and last time I focused on getting the buzzer back to work, which eventually worked. Now I want to focus on getting the motors back to work. The wiring is fine as far as I can tell, but why don't they work? And that is a fischertechnik motor, a very small one, and a servomotor, and both are driven by pulses modulation. So yeah, that's the focus, so let's get to that. Alright, testing means screencast, so camera pointed to the parts, focusing on the motors. Arduino environment for decoder and monitor, serial monitor to watch over the serial line, which this USB line actually is. USB for Universal Serial Bus. And everything has been connected according also to this plan. The servo motor, the fischertechnik motor is not on here because it is completely parallel, but it should be. Its wiring is complete, so nothing actually prevents it from working. Let's go. And because it's compiling to random access memory of the ESP32, it has to compile, connect, upload, and then run. So let's see how this works out. 100%, and there we go. And this is the part of the code where it should work. And once again, it doesn't do anything, so I'll have to really check out wiring, etc., in order to figure out where it comes from. Okay, so as you can see, a change in setup. I have enabled the oscilloscope and connected to pulses modulation, power, and power of the pulses modulation here and the power over here. Now, as you can see, I have also changed the code a bit because I have completely taken out everything from the microphone, since that is over here and not over here. So the microphone doesn't do anything, so why let it be in the code? Then this is the motor code. Nothing changed about that. And since it is pulses modulation, you can see right here, channel 2 and 3 are set to record or to show the pulse modulation. And here the cursor goes, but you don't see anything. So my initial thought was the ESP is not correctly pinned into the breadboard. However, if you look here, the LED blinks off and on, off and on. So where does it go? Right here. So that means the signal is coming through. Then another thing, here I measure the voltage. I would not measure the voltage if it was not correctly put in. And I'm measuring after this volt. So yeah, it is correct. So remains the question, why am I not measuring any pulses modulation signal? Because that is very necessary for the motors to run. That is a good question, and I have no answer as yet. So here is 3.3 volts, here is 3.3 volts, and I'm measuring on the motor and right here. But on the point where I have to measure the pulse modulation signal, nothing. Okay, time for further analysis. Alright, now I've noticed something else. I've put the probe to the ground and I am measuring directly on port 25, which is the pulse modulation. And as you can see, the signal changes. So let's wait the code until the motor runs or something else happens. Here I should have a signal. And does that happen? Not yet. And strange thing is, I got a signal earlier, straight on the port. Not through the wiring, but on the port itself, on the pin. And the weird thing is, right now, nothing happens. Oh, there's happening something. Definitely. So, and here you have something happening, but of course that is because I let go of the pin. So there is something wrong with the signal coming from the pin, and I really have to be careful. So why is this happening this way? I should be getting a stream of pulses modulation signal here, but I'm not. And the why is as yet unclear to me, because it did work in the past, and really now I don't have a signal. Measurement is knowing, but then the measurements have to be good, and here I am getting a signal, but the motors don't do a thing. So clearly there is something wrong with the wiring as well, somehow. Question is what? Okay, to further understand how I should control the servomotor, this one, but also this one, I have once again checked the algorithm and I surprisingly did miss something which I had done earlier, because right here in the setup for servo pulse is 25, which means pin 25, which is right here. Servo position is 0, and then instantiate servo to servo. Well, that's all right. Going back to my coder, I found out surprisingly that I had not used servo pulse, so I had not attached it to the pin yet. Then finding on the internet how to use it, well, servo attach servo pulse, so I'm attaching pin 25 to the servo motor, then check with attached. If it is true, then servo motor is okay, with a delay of 1 second to check if it is indeed okay. So here we wait for the signal that the servo is attached and okay. LCD should go, by the way. And here we have servo motor is okay. Then it still doesn't do anything, so I check whether this part of the code is okay. So this part, which is okay. The only thing is that I maybe should take out this part of the code, because the coder really says, well, you have to go with a step 1 to the desired position. So let's do that. And well, a delay of 30 doesn't really matter. I get now a wrong thing here, but anyway, it's not influencing the motor anymore. But is it working? I'm not seeing so. And I did notice earlier that this one has changed a bit, but if I missed this one before, how can it have moved earlier? Because earlier it was very actively moving. Uncontrollably, probably, but it did move. So that is still the question. How is that possible? Why doesn't it work? And that it isn't, the fact that it isn't working is proven by the lack of signal here. Ouch. So, with the issue of the motors not running still unresolved despite measuring and changing the coder. If you like this video anyway, please subscribe to my channel via the thumbnail in the bottom right corner. Please leave a comment or suggestion under the video, very much appreciated. You can also follow me via Twitter and Instagram. If you like this blog on my website and everything else, then please either become a patron or donate via either PayPal or IBAN, and you don't need an account for PayPal to do that. This is going to be continued, so have a nice day, stay safe, bye.